Alright, Robert Plant was on a Desert Island Discs program back in 2022, and he was asked to pick 8 tracks he would take with him to a desert island, and after he named those 8, he was asked to pare that down to one song. And the song that he chose as being his favorite song of all times, the one song he would save on a desert island, might surprise you. I'm going to let him tell you what it is right here. Let's listen to Robert Plant talk about what his favorite song is, and then I'm going to play another clip for you after that about why he picked that one. So here we go. Here's Robert Plant talking about his favorite song.
It's called Serenade by Mario Lanza. When I was invited to do this program, I started looking at something that I would say wouldn't be Nelly the Elephant. It wouldn't be the Runaway Train. It would be something that made me just stop and feel the goosebumps. And this was the first song that did that to me.
Okay, so first thing that might surprise you there is that he picked sort of an operatic track, an older track, and one that most rock fans probably aren't familiar with. So just in case you didn't hear clearly the track that he picked, it's called Serenade, and it's by Mario Lanza. Now I want to play for you something else that Robert Plant said about why he picked this particular track, and then I'm going to comment on it, and I'm going to ask you what you think. So let's listen in to Robert Plant again real quick.
And finally, which one track of the 8 that you've shared with us today would you rush to save from the waves if they were threatened by the water?
Well, Mario Lanza, definitely. Because it's so evocative and it carries so much presence and beauty and just lifts to crescendos that are, I mean, imagine singing along with that until you got it right.
Okay, what can we take away from this choice and his comment on it about Robert Plant's musical orientation, or even in fact some influence over Led Zeppelin? I know that sounds like a stretch, but if you hang on for a minute I can explain it. So the first thing is, the song itself is what would be best described as romantic. It's also extremely melodic, and it is also extremely dramatic. All 3 words that you could use to describe Led Zeppelin's music. Another way that it connects to potentially Led Zeppelin is that you can easily imagine if Robert Plant brought this track in back in the day to Jimmy Page and John Bonham and John Paul Jones, not only would all 3 of them be highly responsive, they would also be able to take something away from it and use it. They would also know instinctively how to incorporate his passion or his connection with this particular track into something they might do. I also want to point out that he specified that it was something that he imagined trying to sing. So part of the allure of the track to him is that it represents an aspect of vocals and singing that he doesn't feel that he's personally capable of attaining, at least not to his own satisfaction. And I think that's an interesting insight into his listening preferences and the way that he looks at music in general. Now I think he chose this track partially just to surprise the audience, but I have no doubt that he's being absolutely honest about how passionate he is about it. If you haven't heard the track before, I suggest you go give it a listen and then come back to this video to tell me what you think in the comments. And if you have heard it before, I'd like for you to leave me a comment in the section below to tell me what you think of the track. Do you think that it's surprising that Robert Plant would pick a track like this, and does it change the way that you look at him as a musician or a vocalist in any way? Personally, I think that it's kind of surprising, but in the long run it makes a lot of sense if you know a little bit about Plant's musical orientation and his background. This is what I think, but what really matters is what you think. So if you have an idea about this or any other topic connected to classic or contemporary music, please drop it in the section below, and remember to like and subscribe. Also check out the join button that's available for you now choose to become a channel member, you'll gain access to members-only polls, badges, videos, and other cool perks you'll see when you click on the button. You can also help out the channel by clicking on the Buy Me a Coffee link, going to the Buy Me a Coffee site, and leaving a donation. Every little bit helps this channel stay strong. Thanks a lot.